Howdy, my beautiful Leo. How are you doing today, darling? My name is SimplyVelca, and today we're going to be getting into your weekly tarot reading, Leo, for October, getting into November as well, darling. Can y'all believe it? This year is already almost over, Leo. So if you do enjoy this tarot reading today, Leo, we're going to be checking out your horoscope. But let me know in the comments below how this tarot reading helps you out. And be sure, Leo, to check out more than just your one zodiac sign. People sometimes make the mistake in only checking out their one zodiac sign, their sun sign usually, and not acknowledging your moon as well as your rising, which is pretty important factors. So if you do enjoy this tarot reading, let me know in the comments below. Give this video a like and subscribe, Leo, if you do enjoy this, because it helps me out quite a bit, and I always appreciate those who take the extra step to do that to support me. And let's begin your tarot reading here today, Leo. See what's going to be going on with y'all. So taking in these cards right off the bat, you'll notice we have an extra one right here that wanted to come out, but we have the 2 and Page of Wands with the 9 and 3 of Cups coming in here. So I want to talk about these two cards first and foremost because they share a similar message in a way here, Leo. And this is gonna be, like, I can tell just from these 4 cards, we have a lot to unpack here, Leo. All right, the 9 of Cups by definition, Leo, represents a wish being granted, right? It's like receiving like a sign where it's just like something that's really positive, something that makes you happy, you know. But I always like to say with the 9 of Cups, it's like, you know, the 9 of Cups, it's fabulous, but it's not the 10 of Cups. It's not everything that you wanted. There's still a little bit more to be working with there, right? But overall, it's a card of victory. It's a card of success. It's a card of making some, getting a lot of progress on your soul's path there, right? So be anticipating maybe some really positive news in regards to your career. It may not be everything that you've wanted, right? It may not be the fame and fortune and the $1 million that you're hoping for, but you're seeing a really positive like direction towards that. That reality is becoming more closer and closer to you. You have the 3 of Cups here, which is also a card of victory, success, celebrating about some good news that comes way. So perhaps maybe you recently, Leo, you have recently put out like your resume or an application for somewhere. Really taking a risk in that way there. I feel like you're going to be receiving some extremely positive news in that way, where it's like if you put out your feelers for something, you're going to be getting like that approval message. You're going to be getting that message where it's just like, you're hired. When can you start? You know, we would love to take you into this college here. We would love to publish this book. You know, think about it in that type of narrative, Leo. And then these 2 Wands cards makes this message even more exciting here. All right, Leo. Now the Page of Wands, pages represents new energy coming into your life, right? And then the 2 of Wands is a card of contracts, a card that usually is depicted, Leo, with someone like looking out the window, looking far out into the distance, representing that sense of like the long term, all right? Long-term planning, what have you, and like how one thing will impact your future, foreseeable future. Now, with this Page of Wands here, this represents new opportunities coming in with something that you feel passionate about, right? With the Page of Wands there, the wands representing that passion there, it's something that you really enjoy, something that you've really wanted, you've desired, right? Especially leaning into a message of, for those of my creative folks, Leo. So putting all these cards together, I told you that this is going to be quite a layered message here because of all that represents here. You guys are going to be receiving, Leo, in the coming days, some type of offer that's really going to be altering your life, like altering your life in a positive way, altering your life for your foreseeable future based off of whatever news that gives you a cause for celebration, that then also gives you that sign, Leo, of that you're making a lot of forward progression towards having that 10 of Cups where you're completely fulfilled, bank accounts fulfilled, personal fulfillment is, you know, you're checking all the boxes essentially, right? And so I wanted to go through all this extra effort to unpack these cards so you have a better understanding, Leo, of why I'm saying this, right? Because of like how powerful that message is. I can acknowledge how it could sometimes get lost in like coming off as like a super fluffy or positive message. And so I like to, you know, I always say that tarot is like a puzzle, Leo, and so I like to unpack it as such. And you know, sometimes the puzzle pieces might interpret certain things for certain people, but that is at least how I interpret this puzzle for you. So let's continue on here for you, Leo. We have the Eight of Wands, very fitting. All right, this is literally, I was talking about how you sent out resumes and applications, what have you, Leo, and then you get this card in specific that talks about travel. You'll see the letters, you know, on all, it all is very layered. And, you know, because this is under your Three of Cups, Leo, this is a mess, like you celebrate, like, the message that comes back to you. So perhaps you've been sitting on the idea of reaching out or putting out an application or trying to compete in a competition or something like that, Leo. I would definitely take action in regards to it, because I see nothing but positivity, like your life really changing from that whole experience. All right, so let's continue on with another card here. You have the Eight of Cups, and this is coming in right under your Nine of Cups. Very fitting. I feel like you guys, Leo, have been in this place of, I don't want to say feeling unfulfilled, but you're wondering what else you could have been doing to get to a further progression. I feel like I don't want to say you're feeling disappointed by your current life, but I feel as if you're at a point right now, Leo, where you're just like, all right, like what's the next step? What can I do to get myself out of this rut, to get things going? All right. And so it's like some news that comes in that you have been really wanting, because it's like you're finding your way out through the darkness here. It's like you gain a lot more clarity, Leo, on what you need to be doing next and how you do that, due to the message that coming in from that Eight of Wands. Two different eights following you, just something to note. And then we have the Six of Wands coming in. Fabulous. And this is under your Two of Wands here. And so the reason why I say this is fabulous here, Leo, is because this is literally the card of fame and fortune. This is the card of victory. Again, by definition, I'm just telling you the definition. It's like victory, success, fame, and fortune. Like you're having all these victory cards here. So I feel like this is really a message, Leo, for my Leos, rather, that have been really putting in the time, putting in the energy, for those that have been starting to lose faith and thinking that whatever their passion is, or, you know, this Page of Wands, right, whatever this would be associated with you here, it's like right before you thought you needed to give up, or you just really had no idea how you're going to go from the next week to the next year, it all makes sense with this new playing card coming into your life here that really alters things. Do you see how I'm getting this message here, Leo? So let's continue on expounding on this here for your third and final row. We have the Ace of Cups. All right, this is a card of new love and new opportunity for you, Leo. New love and opportunity under your 3 and 8 of Wands here. This is definitely something that you have been so passionately wanting. This is you know what? This is like what I would associate with people who are like making some big wishes, or having some extremely wishful thinking about a situation, being like, you know what? It'd be nice if Beyonce responded back to me. I'm not saying Beyonce is going to respond to you if you message Beyonce, darling, on social media, but this is the type of energy that I see with this here, of like the impact of being like, what are the chances, and like that chance actually happening, and how pivotal that actually is. Now, we have the Knight of Swords under the 8 and 9 of Cups here. This is by definition a card of fast forward events happening in your life here. All right. So a lot of cards here lining up in such a way for you, Leo, that is representing the sense of where it's like the ball really gets going after one pivotal moment, after you open that new unread message, after, you know, do you see how it means? So be anticipating in the coming days, Leo, of like when things really start picking up, it's going to pick up big time and quickly, because the Knight of Swords is the quickest moving knight. We have the 4 swords under the 2 and 6 of Wands coming in for you, Leo. This is like a message here of where it's just like you have been in this period of rest. You know, maybe you've been putting your mental health first. Maybe you've just been feeling lazy. You just haven't been wanting to be as productive. Maybe you haven't been putting out as many applications out as, you know, you normally would, and all that, right? And so I feel like this is all going to be happening during a time of where it's just like, you know, I do think it's essential for you, or for anyone really, to remind themselves that they're human, Leo, and needing those periods of rest or breaks. But I feel like how things are going to really start happening in your life here is a sense of where it's like you still do like your daily chores, you do the daily efforts, and then it's not really from a place of like heavy grinding. Do you know what I mean? It's like the best way I could really put this for you, Leo, is where it's just like, you make a promise each day just to put out 2 or 3 resumes, and then the rest of the day you do the personal work. You do, even with that personal work, it just looks like you just taking the day off and just watching Netflix, whatever the case is, or watching YouTube, whatever the case is, Leo. That's how I feel like this news comes forward to you. I don't see it through you really like going through the hustle and bustle and really grinding it out in that way. Not to say that I'm trying to dissuade you, Leo, from doing hard work. This is how I see this message coming in. It's not coming in from a place where you receive this reading and then like you answer this by like really pushing yourself, grinding. You have the wasp spirit coming in, number 64, equaling to 1 in numerology, Leo, today. So be sure to check out the number 1 and see how that resonates with you. All right, what messages that has in numerology? Sometimes life stings, right? Sometimes life stings for you, Leo. So let's unpack this with a couple tarot cards. 2 of Pentacles coming in with the 5 of Wands. Okay, yeah. Sometimes life stings here, Leo. And just because you feel like you have to juggle, you have a lot of things that are overwhelming you right now. I wanted to show the 2 of Pentacles, not the 4 of Swords, actually. Just because you're juggling with quite a bit right now, and a lot of it I feel like is like not your stress or not your burdens to bear, Leo. Sometimes you're gonna have to just go through those periods where like life is just stinging at you. But also to keep in mind, Leo, sometimes I like to remind people that you don't, just because you're juggling all these plates doesn't mean you actually have to. Sometimes you have to evaluate and be like, okay, wait a minute, this one plate here is stinging. This one plate is turning into a wasp and is stinging me. It's causing complications. It's causing drama in my life, right? And you need to be willing to let it go and just shed yourself of it. For others of you, Leo, I feel like you just have been in this catch-up game because life has been stinging you for quite a bit here. And I feel like things are going to start stabilizing for you. It feels like the way help is going to be coming for you is this sense of like, you might be feeling, I'm not going to sugarcoat this, Leo, you might be having moments of being overwhelmed, but I do feel like how help comes in is just like having a little bit more on your to-do list, but those extra things being put on your to-do list really rectifies a lot of your other problems, right? So it's like you might be really busy with your personal life and your work life, but this new work opportunity coming in to manifest more money for you, it's going to ask for more hours, but it's really going to get to help you get to your destination quickly. So keep your head above water, take those moments of rest when you need them, Leo, and I'll connect you sometime in the near future. I love you so much, Leo. Thank you so much for enjoying this tarot reading with me, and I'll connect you later on. Bye, darling.